Yeah. So should I'll just have to repeat some of what I said. That once again, as general as it sounds, it's information, awareness, raising of awareness, but also just look back at what happened in World War One, and how you thought it would never affect this part of the world, and then you had Guadalcanal battles, you had Port Moresby battle. Anzac, Australia, New Zealand, everyone got involved. So this is, if Ukraine is allowed to fall, it will create a much bigger problem. We're probably staring at the scenario of a World War III of some sort, that will leave no stone unturned. I mean, this is going to be massive. Some say we're already in the World War III scenario, but already we've seen kind of knock-on effects of this war through the huge rise of fuel prices, food prices, so food security, fuel security, all of that is affected, and by what's happening in Ukraine, and the outcome in Ukraine will set, if Ukraine is allowed to fall, very unpleasant precedent. Once again, that you can just take countries by force. China will be emboldened to move against Taiwan, and I would hate for that to happen. As someone who's visited Taiwan, I would hate Taiwan to fall under authoritarian rule of what happened in Hong Kong, for example. I don't want another Hong Kong scenario, and it will create precedent for everything. That's why we're talking about how we live in these interesting times. All of a sudden, Donald Trump is talking about taking over the Panama Canal and Greenland.
Yeah.
We feel a little kind of like lost a little bit, because if that happens, that creates a precedent for Putin to say, well, I mean, look, the U.S. president said that it's legitimate if you just declare it a national security concern. You just that's what I'm doing in Ukraine. If Trump says that about Greenland, then I can say that about Ukraine. And that's why we're sort of in this uncharted waters right now. And and that's what Justin Kachenko, this was on record. So he said that he's also kind of on a certain level unsure what will happen, because of all the rhetoric that's coming from the incoming administration. It just throws a lot of issues in disarray. Potential chaos. Anyway, sorry.